My name is Kyle Harris. I'm 35 years old, and I live in a small suburb outside of Indianapolis, Indiana. I work as a mechanic during the week, but weekends are for family time. My daughter, Ella, is 4 years old, and she's the light of my life. I never thought a routine trip to Walmart would turn into the most terrifying day of my life. It was a Saturday morning, and Ella and I had just finished breakfast. My wife, Michelle, was home cleaning, so I offered to take Ella shopping to give her a break. Ella loved sitting in the cart while I pushed her around the store, pretending we were on some grand adventure. We arrived at Walmart around 10:30 a.m., and it was already busy. Ella was in high spirits, humming a tune from her favorite cartoon as I lifted her into the cart's seat. She giggled as I buckled her in, and we started down the aisles with our shopping list. After picking up a few essentials, we made our way to the cereal aisle. Ella had her heart set on the box with the silly cartoon mascot. I turned to grab it off the top shelf, and in that split second, my world fell apart. When I turned back to the cart, Ella was gone. At first, I froze. My eyes darted around, thinking she had slipped out to grab something or play a prank. "Ella," I called, my voice cracking with panic. No response. My heart pounded as I scanned the aisle, pushing the cart forward and looking behind shelves. "Ella," I called louder, but the aisle was empty except for a couple of shoppers who gave me curious looks. A woman in the next aisle overheard me and approached. "Are you looking for a little girl?" she asked. I nodded frantically. I think I saw a man pushing a cart with a child toward the front of the store. She had blonde hair and was wearing pink, right? My stomach dropped. Ella was wearing her favorite pink hoodie that morning. Without a second thought, I abandoned my cart and sprinted toward the store's exit. The front of the store was chaotic, with people bustling in and out. My eyes scanned the area desperately until I saw him. A man pushing a cart with a small child slumped in the seat, her blonde hair unmistakable. It was Ella. "Hey, stop!" I screamed, my voice echoing through the entrance. The man glanced back, his face twisting in alarm, and he started to push the cart faster. Fueled by adrenaline, I closed the distance between us in seconds. I grabbed the cart and yanked Ella out of the seat. She was crying, her little arms reaching for me as I held her tightly. "Daddy," she sobbed, her face buried in my chest. The man turned to run, but before he could take more than a few steps, an off-duty police officer who happened to be nearby tackled him to the ground. Several bystanders rushed over to help, pinning the man until store security arrived. Ella clung to me like a lifeline as we watched the commotion. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely hold her, but I refused to let go. A store employee approached, asking if we were okay, and led us to a quieter area while the police were called. The minutes that followed were a blur. The man was handcuffed and taken away, and an officer sat down with me to take a statement. Ella was too young to understand what had happened, but she knew something was wrong. She kept asking, "Why did that man take me, Daddy?" I had no answer. Later, I learned that the man had been caught on camera attempting to abduct another child at a different Walmart just weeks earlier. He was a known predator, and the thought of how close I came to losing Ella made me sick. If I had hesitated for even a moment, she might have been gone forever. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw Ella's empty seat in the cart. I kept replaying the moment I turned around as she wasn't there. The what-ifs were unbearable. What if I hadn't reacted in time? What if no one had seen the man? Ella slept soundly in her bed, clutching her favorite stuffed bunny, blissfully unaware of how close she had come to danger. I, on the other hand, spent hours staring at the ceiling, grappling with a mixture of relief and terror. The next day, I hugged Ella a little tighter and kept her close by my side. That trip to Walmart changed everything for me. It was a harsh reminder of how quickly things can go wrong and how fragile safety truly is. I don't take chances anymore. Ella doesn't leave my sight, not even for a second. That man tried to take away the most important thing in my life, and while he failed, the scars of that day will stay with me forever.